Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Really, guys?
What? Jackson's always has this game right.
Let's go!
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford of Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford of Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck, you're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
It's time for the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN Postgame Show is presented by Jacksons, where you can get a 99-cent 16-ounce coffee or refill with Let's Go Rewards. Need snacks or a cold drink? Visit one of the 300 Jacksons locations today. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, ropepaint.com, and the Blue and Orange Store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Now, let's go courtside to the Sun Cruiser Studios and join BJ Rains for the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News.
All right. right, how we doing, Bronco Nation? Probably not well after that one. 75-56. Boise State scores a season low in points tonight. Just 56 points for the Broncos, and they fall tonight. And I'm sure the comments are going to be coming in fast and furious after that one, as the Broncos had a 21-14 lead with 8:35 to go in the half. They scored 2 more points the rest of the half and go into the break on a 16-2 Utah State run, which put the Broncos down 30-23 at the half. It didn't get any better in the second half as Utah State, they call it in football that middle four, the final four of the first half, first four of the second half, the middle 8. Utah State just pulled away for good. Boise State, again, led by 7, 2 points in the final 8:34 of the half. They went the final 5:17 of the half with no points, and then it was just as bad in the second half. Another drought of almost 5 minutes. Utah State continues to extend the lead, and they led by as many as, let's see, the final score, what we'll see here. The big lead was well over 25 points, I believe, for Utah State. The biggest lead, 24, 63-39. Not a lot of positives for Boise State in this one. Drew Fielder, 14 points. Parolin and Andrews with 9. But Boise State, some of their best players just didn't show up tonight. When you have Pearson Carmichael start and go 1 for 6 and score 2 points in 24 minutes, when you have Javen Buchanan go 1 for 7 and score 5 points in 25 minutes, you're just not going to win very many games. Spencer Aarons, 2 points. RJ Keene, 0. Bun Boom, 3. Meadow, 8 points in 32 minutes. He goes 3 of 7 from the field. But again, Fielder, 14 points in 23 minutes. He was 5 of 12. And then obviously you had Andrews with 9 points as well. Just not good. Not good tonight at all for Boise State. So I'm sure there's plenty of comments. We'll get to those. Leon Rice is going to join us live, and so will a player. So stick with us for that. And we'll have plenty to get to here on the Jacksons Postgame Show. Jacksons, you can get a 99-cent coffee anytime, day or night, from our friends at Jacksons. 99 cents using your Let's Go Rewards app. Visit a Treasure Valley Jacksons location today. And, of course, we're in the Sun Cruiser Studios. Exclusive coverage courtside here in Logan, Utah at the Spectrum. Sun Cruiser might need a couple of them after tonight. Whether it's the vodka lemonades to the vodka iced teas, pick up a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Again, the mobile Sun Cruiser Studios here courtside at the Spectrum, where it did not go well for Boise State tonight. And, yeah, not good. Just not good. That is the way that we summed it up. Awesome student section, awesome atmosphere. I mean, they really did lay into the Hawaii Pacific thing. They had the shirts, they had the leis, they had some shark fins for the free throws. I mean, they were really, really, they played Baby Shark at halftime. Like, they were really laying into the Hawaii Pacific, but good for them. Sellout crowd, white out, they brought it, and it's super tough to win in this atmosphere. I mean, Boise State didn't help themselves. They did not lose because of the crowd. They did not lose because of the officials. They lose because their offense was not very good tonight, and they had too many scoring droughts. Couldn't score, couldn't hit shots, couldn't move the ball enough on offense, and just didn't do enough to win tonight. That's why they lost. But with that said, this atmosphere is something special. And I know a lot of you guys in here don't like Utah State. I know there's a rivalry with Utah State. I get it. Sometimes they do go a little across the line with some of their chants and some of their things. But overall, I think you have to give Utah State some credit. I thought they did some things and deserved a lot of credit tonight for their crowd. It is really, really, really hard to win here. And, it is what it is. So Drew Fielder, I think, is going to come up here and join us here in just a second. We'll get set for Drew. Probably turn the comments off here. Drew's got a mic right here. I'll give you that one. Appreciate you Appreciate it, Drew. If you can slide in a little bit. Sorry about that. All right, man. Obviously a tough one here tonight. You guys got off to that 21-14 lead and then just really had trouble scoring 2 points in like the final 8 minutes of the half. What were you kind of seeing offensively tonight?
I mean, they're a good team. They do what they do, and we just got to continue getting better and playing together and figuring out adjustments and, just understanding what the defense is doing and being able to take advantage of it. Not trying to be, cookie cutter offense. So, but we'll keep it going. Quick turnaround, tough one, but man, I love this team and I know what our response is like. So it's time to do that.
What's like playing in this atmosphere, man? And when they get rolling, how tough is it to start slowing it down?
Yeah, I mean, it's talked about for a reason, man. It was a good atmosphere, but it's just we got to be better.
In terms of just overall where this team was at, I mean, that UNLV game, it just seemed like it took a little bit out of you guys, a little bit deflating. I mean, how'd you guys come into this game, and are you guys, what's kind of the vibe in the locker room right now? I mean, obviously this is a tough stretch for you guys, been a tough season, but is everybody still kind of bought in, or what's the vibe like right now?
Yeah, no, we're bought in, and L's are, tough to take, and it's frustrating, and you're right, it has been an up and down year, but I mean, the character of these guys, I'll never question. And I know that on practice tomorrow or, the next day that we're going to work our tails off and that, we're going to be ready to respond. San Jose just played a really good game and they've been making threes. So it's, we just got to take that away. So, but we're prepared. We're bought in. We're not going to, go apart. We're only getting closer. So.
The defense, I know, has been a struggle a little bit the last couple of weeks here. I know Utah State's a very good offensive team. What did you see from Utah State, and when they got rolling offensively again, it seemed like it was just really hard for you guys to slow them down?
Yeah, I mean, they're a talented team. They're well coached, and they did a good job executing. But, yeah, we're going to keep working on it. 14
points for you, a team high tonight. Obviously aggressive. I mean, just 8 rebounds as well. I mean, just for you, what's it like right now? I know you came here this season with bigger goals, bigger hopes for this team for this season, but for you at least to be contributing the way you are and hitting the threes that you have the last 3 games here, how do you feel about how you're playing?
I couldn't care less. I mean, I'm glad that, I'm showing up, trying my best to show up for the team, but, man, I need to do better for the guys and to help the guys. And, we're going to, work as hard as we can in the next couple of days and to finish the season so we can keep playing together and so everyone can, perform how they want to. But I couldn't care less about, how well I'm playing unless I'm just doing whatever I can, help us win. That's what I care about.
Drew, maybe this is a better question for after the season, but why do you think it's been so up and down? Why do you think the season's gone the way it has to this point? You guys obviously, have struggled more than you probably would have liked to this point. Is there one thing you can pin it on? Or
no, you're absolutely right. That is a question for after the season. Man, I know the character of these guys. I know how bad we want it, and I know how good the coaching staff is, and I know what our response is going to be like tomorrow and in the next coming weeks. So maybe I'll give that an answer at the end of the season, but right now I'm focused on finishing strong.
And how hopeful, how confident are you that you guys can? I mean, look at the schedule here. There are some winnable games coming up, 5 games left in the regular season. How do you feel about just putting the, like you said, quick turnaround here, but this team and trying to finish strong and still make something of this season? How do you feel, about your guys' ability to do that?
I'm 100% confident. L's are tough to take, but I know, like I've said, I'm going to keep saying it. I know our preparation. I know our guys, and I know how bad we want it, and I know what we're capable of as well. So I'm 100% confident, and I know that we can do something great. And so we're going to, like I said a million times, we're going to keep working as hard as we can.
Well, Drew, appreciate it tonight. Sorry for the loss, and we'll see you in Boise here in a couple days.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks
Drew Fielder, appreciate him for coming on tonight. Again, he has 14 points and 8 rebounds for Boise State, and he was the unlucky one that got had to talk to the media after that one, unfortunately. So we're going to have Leon Rice join us in a minute. I may switch the camera angle here. By the way, somebody said I'm soft for turning off the comments. I'm turning off the comments so Drew Fielder doesn't have to read them. I just switched the page. I'm happy to take whatever comments you have, but Leon Rice and Drew Fielder don't necessarily deserve to read your comments because I know a lot of you have negative things to say, and so I wasn't turning off the comments. I just turned them off from Leon and from from Drew from having to see some of the comments tonight. So I'm going to get this other camera ready for Coach Rice if he's going to be able to join us here in just a minute. He's finishing up his interview, and I think he's just going to come over here, and I'll just leave it on this camera, I guess. Oh, well. But Coach Rice is going to join us. And, again, final 75-56 is the final. And, again, 36.8% from the field is the Broncos' final shooting numbers. And they had 7 of 22 from three-point range and 7 of 9 from the foul line tonight. We're outscored 40-24 in the paint. But Coach Leon Rice, head coach, nice enough. Coach doesn't have to do this. I appreciate you doing this, Coach. 75, I guess the score doesn't matter. But just another tough one tonight here in Logan.
It is. And, we were clicking along pretty good to start the game, first 12 minutes. Thought our defense was really good, and we had some good possessions. Where we got some good looks from three. And, against a good team in this kind of environment, those are the ones you got to make. And then the lead doesn't dissipate. And, we were 2 for 10 from three, and I thought, at least 4 or 5 of those were pretty darn good looks.
Yeah.
And so, our offense, our not being able to score really put so much pressure on our D all night long. Because, down here, you got to manage the tempo. You got to manage the runs they get on. And we did a great job of that in the first half.
Yeah.
And if our offense would have held up, we were right there, but we could have been leading or
yeah,
that kind of thing.
And
so,
your offense has been doing so many good things, though, Coach.
Right.
And then to see us score 2 points in the final 8:34 of the half. I mean, that was. I know they're a pretty good defensive team, though.
No, they're playing great right now, and they feed off this energy, and they're playing great D, and that's, I thought we did in stretches, but there was a few times where they just boom, they're more physical than us. They take the ball from you, and they're really aggressive getting after the ball. Like we try to feed the post, they'll try to slide around, tip it, hit it, do anything. They don't. So, that's a lesson for our guys. We got to be more aggressive after the ball and that kind of thing instead of letting the team be so comfortable. And, as aggressive as they were, they only had 3 fouls, So, that's a good job. The aggressor gets the calls, period. And, we were pretty darn aggressive for a long time, but we got to sustain it for a whole game, especially in an environment like this against a good team like that. And especially if you're not making shots, but we've been we're one of the leading teams in the country of getting to the free throw line, and we couldn't get there tonight.
7 of 9 from the line.
Yeah.
Carmichael 1 of 6 from the field. Javen 1 of 7.
Yeah.
When your scorers aren't scoring, that does make it pretty
Right.
tough.
Well, when they're 2 for 13, that's hard. And then Peanut's 0 for 4 from 3, and Javen's 0 for 7, and they're good shooters. We want them shooting those, and but we need them making them too. So, but we gotta move on from this as quick as we can, because we got San Jose coming in Saturday, and they just beat Nevada by 17, and they look really good doing it. And they're a team all year long, and you saw it in the first half of our game at their place. I mean, they were really good, and they just didn't have the depth to sustain it a little bit. But when they get cooking and playing like they did the other night, I mean, they can beat people, and they've done a good job hanging together, because when you watch them on film, you go, man, they're so much better than their record with their talent and the way they get it going, especially offensively.
Well, one team that's as good as their record is Utah State.
Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned the crowd, the atmosphere, and I mean, they're a top 25 caliber team in all these metrics and things, Coach. I mean, just not making excuses, whatever. But I mean, there weren't a lot of teams that would come in here and win this game today.
Well, especially if you got to make some shots, and you got to play an A game to come in here and win. We played here for a lot of years, and we've won some, we lost some, but you never win if you don't play a really, really good game. And we tried. Our guys didn't. I'm not faulting their effort, and they were prepped, but basketball's a game of making shots, and at some, especially with the way they attack the ball when you get it inside, and and they make it pretty difficult to get in the paint.
You guys have had to get off the mat a lot this year.
Yep.
I mean, how connected, how bought in still is this group, and how confident are you in these final 5 games of the regular season? I mean, there's some winnable games left here on the schedule.
Well, it's not even. It's about the process of us showing. We'll show up tomorrow and we'll get better and we'll prep the right way, and and we want to come out and play with great energy. And we want to keep improving because there's a lot ahead of us. Like, there's some regular season games and, these things we got to keep improving because we have a conference tournament and, we're not looking ahead to that. These guys do a great job of what can we do tomorrow to get better and better and better. And we got to keep finding ways to do that, so because like I said, San Jose's coming in and they're coming in feeling the best they've felt for a long time.
Yeah, well, 2:00 Saturday. Hopefully, you can get a nice crowd.
Yeah,
2 back-to-back home games. That'll be nice to get home.
That, no doubt. And we need a great crowd. We've had great support, especially at that 2:00 game. So it would be, it's a much-needed game, and we got to come out and play with great energy, enthusiasm, and be ready to go.
Well, thanks for your time. Safe travels. We'll see you in a couple days.
All right.
Thank you,
so
Coach. Appreciate it. Appreciate Leon Rice for doing that and chatting with us here on the postgame show. Thank you, Jordan. Again, he doesn't have to do that. He could say, I'm not coming on live. I'm going to just talk to you off camera if you want to do that or whatever. But the fact that he is willing to come on camera and do that, appreciate him for doing that. And that was a tough one. The students here are still chanting and cheering, I think at me, at Coach Rice. I'm not sure. But that was certainly a tough one, 75-56. And, again, I'm sure there's comments, why didn't you grill him? You're too soft with the questions. But, again, there's a time and a place, and I think that, in between the games is some of the more big-picture questions. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of questions for after the season. I mean, this is certainly needs to see some things change. I don't know if it's going to be on the coaching staff, on the players. I mean, obviously, we talked about it after the UNLV game, I think, but I don't think you'll see it run back exactly the same as it looks right now. I just don't think that that can be the case given what we're seeing right now. So tough one down here, and looks like we have great folks in the chat. Appreciate all of you that are watching right now. 5 games left in the regular season. I'll just throw this out there. I mean, if you guys want Leon Rice to be fired, I see a lot of comments in here for change. I'm going to give the same answer I've been given. They have a $5 million buyout and 4 years left on the contract. That's why, in my opinion, you can have your own opinion, say whatever you want. I'm not going to say you're whatever, but in my opinion, I don't think that's even a question right now. I don't think the Boise State Athletic Department has $5 million to buy out Leon Rice when you have all the NIL struggles that you have, all the other budget issues and projects you're working on around the school. You can argue, and say it's deserved, it should happen, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what you should say. I'm just telling you that I think you're probably wasting your time if you're arguing or if you're really pushing for that, or if you actually think it might happen, because 4 years and $5 million on the contract, I just don't see that happening right now for this university. You want to talk assistant coaches, you want to talk, major overhaul of the roster. Again, I'll let you, I'll listen to that argument, but Again, I'm not trying to tell you how to think. I just really think that's not going to happen. $5 million, 4 years on the contract. And like I said, I also think I don't even think he should be if the buyout was 0 in my mind. I mean, I just think that the winningest coach in program history, I think they should be allowed to have a down year. I mean, you look at what they've done that the last several years, 20-plus wins. I mean, last year's team was 40 minutes, one game from going to the NCAA tournament. I think a lot of people forget that. 26 wins last year. You look at the run they've been on and going to the tournament, 22 wins the year before that, 24 the year before that, 27 the year before that. I mean, like 100 wins over over a 4-year span. The last 4 years, they've won 100 games. You just don't fire a coach like that. And I know a lot of you are calling me homers in the chat, whatever. Here he is defending Leon again. I'm just providing some stats. They have 100 wins in the last 4 years. He's the winning coach in program history. I don't think one down year is when you just turn around and decide to fire a coach. They've had a lot of close games go against them. This game obviously was not close. That's my take. You guys are watching because you obviously want my take. If you want to, rip me for it, make fun of me for it, that's fine. But I think the $5 million buyout certainly is a starting point. But beyond that, I think he should be given an opportunity. I think he should be given an opportunity to try to see this thing through next year in the Pac-12, and we'll certainly see what that looks like. But I would be shocked. I don't think it's happening, and I don't think it's happening. I just don't. So somebody said, "What's the record the last 4 years?" They were 27-8. I mean, if you really want to go down this path, 27-8, made the NCAA tournament, won the Mountain West. They were 24-10. They were 22-11, and last year they were 26-11. That's 51. I'm really bad at math, folks. 51-48. So is that 99? And 22, 32, 99, and 40. I mean, I think that's. I think you would take that, wouldn't you? I don't know. Like I said, you guys want to call for it, go for it. But he's owed $5 million, and he's the winningest coach in program history. I don't think it's happening. I think you're wasting your time, to be honest. So we got Abe Jackson joining us. I know it's going to be quick here as you're getting ready for the bus, Abe. But obviously a tough one tonight here in Logan.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened like this before in Logan, right? I mean, last year was a close one, but this team, good environment. And they went on a big run at the end of the second half, and then just their maybe player of the year in Falslev went off for 9 points in about 4 minutes to start that second half.
What'd you see at the end of the first half, or I guess the midway point? I mean, they're leading 21-14, 8:35 to go, and they scored 2 points in the final 8:34.
Defense, I mean, it's a real physical team in Utah State. They're physical, they're athletic, they're an old team. They play a lot of juniors and seniors, and so it was a physicality. And then in the second half, it was their offense. I mean, the Broncos gave up a huge percentage in that second half shooting.
And then it didn't get any better early in the second half. And in this atmosphere, Abe, in this place, I mean, once Utah State gets rolling, they're really hard to slow down.
Hard to stop, but we've seen this team do it though. They're hard. They don't really have that ability yet to stop a big run. And to limit it to 6 points or maybe even 8 points, it goes to like 16-2 or 15-0, something like that. So it's getting to the point where it's getting a little late to try and figure that out, but they got a couple games that are definitely winnable coming up.
Kurt Fuller says this team is checked out. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't say they're checked out. No, I mean, I think that it's a tough season. It's a really tough season, and it's tough to go to practice every single day and then to have these losses start to stack up and wins that look like should be wins become losses. And it's been a rough season, though. It really has.
A lot of folks in here calling for Leon Rice's job. You played for Boise State. You're one of the best coaches out there. You've known Leon Rice more than a lot of people here and been on the call for every single one of his games. Obviously, it's been a tough season, but overall, why are people that say that crazy? Or are they?
Well, it's not my job to ever call for someone's job in this, and I think that Coach Rice is having a rough year. I mean, there's no doubt about it, right? You take a look at his resume, though, and how long he's been here and what he's done for the program, and I think he does have a little bit of leeway. But are there some concerns that people have about, NCAA games or winning Mountain West championships where Fresno, Wyoming, Colorado State, Nevada have the same amount of conference championships that Boise State does? I think there's some validity to that, but, I'm not going to talk about, firing anybody.
Well, yeah, and I guess where the season go wrong? I'm about to let you go here.
Yeah, I got to get going there.
All right.
Players are heading up on the last one right now.
Don't miss the bus.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Take care, Abe. I don't want Abe to miss the bus here. Appreciate him for coming on. And Paulie, feel free. It's a free show, man. Feel free to not watch. Again, you don't have to watch, folks. It's a free show. I always love the folks that come on here and like to complain. You don't have to watch if you don't like it. Just simple as that. 75-56, again, the final. I didn't want Abe to miss the bus here. Bob packed up pretty quick and got out of here, but appreciate Abe for giving us a few minutes before he gets on the bus. And again, Leon Rice gets a technical, by the way, his fourth in the last 7 games against Utah State. But just didn't make enough shots today, didn't play well enough. Did win the rebounding battle. I mean, that's one area where you want to say this team's given up, whatever. I mean, they won the rebounding battle 32-27. Some of the stats you can look at, and I think you can say, okay, they didn't quote, give up. I just don't. Did they not? We don't know. We're not in the locker room. We're not in the huddles. We're not in these conversations. I just, you can obviously have your opinion, but to say this team is checked out or given up, you were 10-point underdogs on the road. You had already lost this team by 25. Like a lot of folks on Twitter and in the chat, it's like you expected them to win tonight. Like, what were you expecting? Like, they were underdogs by 10 points. Like they were supposed to lose this game by double digits, and they did. So it's like if they were 10-point favorites and this happened, then I would get some more of the angst and some of the complaining. But I mean, I don't know what, like, this has been happening all season. They haven't played great. Like, I don't know what all of a sudden has made folks realize, like, tonight is all of a sudden the night they want to get super mad and super upset about things. So, it obviously has not gone great, has not gone great at all. And, but this is another game in a long line of that. So Kurt said they would lose by 20. There you go. You were pretty good. So some of us like watching the show. Thank you. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for saying that. And we try to provide interviews, analysis, do what we can here courtside. Again, you have Bob and Abe on the radio side, and then we're the only ones that make the trip here from BNN. So you're getting exclusive coverage here, whether some of you like it or not, but appreciate those of you that do. Give us a like, give us a subscription here on YouTube or wherever you're watching, and we appreciate you. Loser mentality. No, it's not a loser mentality. I'm just saying they were supposed to lose by double digits. They did not play good. I'm not, excusing the loss. They did not play good at all, and they haven't played good for a good chunk of the season. There's no doubt about it, but I just don't know at this point why folks are expecting like major, it to be much different. Like they already lost to this team by 25 points. And they were favored to lose by double digits. So let's see. How much did we pay Dylan Andrews? $500,000 is the word on the street. I would say I've heard north of that, Kurt. I would say I've heard. I would consider that I've heard north of that, to be honest. So they did not meet expectations. I love how you guys just put words in my mouth. You guys are funny. Like, yeah, I never said they met expectations. I just said they weren't supposed to win this game, and they didn't. It doesn't mean it's not expectations. They have 11 losses. Nobody went into the season thinking they were going to be sitting there at 15-11 after this game. So you guys like to twist words and things that I say. They have not met expectations. They were picked third in the conference, and they're in like 7th or 8th place. So I think if CSU wins tonight, which I haven't seen the score, that'll drop Boise State into a tie for 8th place or 7th or 8th place, because CSU will be tied with them. So no, it's been an up and down season and a lot of downs. They've lost 4. They've played in overtime 4 times and lost 3 of them. They've lost 5 games by 1 possession. Tonight, a season low in points. When the defense is good one game, then the offense is good another game. So it's not been good, folks. And, honestly, it's like not exciting or fun to come into these post-game shows after they lose, because it's the same people that have the same comments. And I don't know what to tell you. They didn't play good, and they lost. Like, sometimes it just happens. Rough seasons happen. Again, they've won 99 games the last 4 seasons. They've averaged 25 wins a year for 4 years. And 3 of those years, they've been to the NCAA tournament. And in 2 of those 4 years, they were in the championship game of the conference tournament. 1 of those years, they won it. So bad down years happen. Like, they just do. Like, I feel for you guys. I'm sorry that that's the way it is. But it is what it is. They played bad yet again, and they lost yet again. And this team has proven to not be great. They have some individual talent. They have some individual players. For whatever reason, it has not clicked. One game it clicks on offense, and then the defense doesn't click. One game it's good on defense, then the offense doesn't click. They've just been very inconsistent, and they've just been, average to below average for much of the season here. So, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell some of you. I mean, I know some of you enjoy just coming in and trolling and riling me up, the Pauly Pepperonis of the world. Like, if that gets you going, like, cool. Like, if you have nothing better to do than come into a post-game show after Boise State loses and try to piss me off or fire me up, like, if that's what you're left with, then I'm sorry for you. But it's just kind of more comical than anything else at this point. But tonight, it didn't go good yet again. And I said on social media, I thought the final 3-4 minutes of the first half were going to be important, because they were only down 2, 20. Let's see what it was. It was 23-26. And I said, okay, this is a big stretch coming up to finish the half. You played really well for much of the half, but here you are down 3. And they go into the half down 7, 16-2 run to end the half. And it just, after all the work they had done for a good chunk of the half, to go into the halftime down 7 certainly was not good, and then it didn't get any better in the second half. So I said it earlier, but that middle eight, so to speak, just did not go good for Boise State. They ended the first half on a 16-2 run, and then the second half went just about as bad. They had another stretch where they went almost 5 minutes without a field goal. Andrew Meadow had an and one with 13:24 to go. They didn't score again until 8:33 to go on Drew Fielder free throws. So it was another nearly 5-minute drought. They had, the drought of 2 points in 8:34. Just was not good. Was not good in a lot of ways. Your best players didn't make shots. You had Dylan Andrews, 2 assists. You had NATO ended up with 3 assists, but a lot of those were super late in the game. So 5 assists to 1 turnover, it looks like, for those two. I'm going to look at the plus-minus stats here, which I know aren't everything in basketball, but Andrew Meadow, minus 25 tonight. I thought early in the game, Andrew Meadow was aggressive, but in the second half, Andrew Meadow only had 3 points, only took 3 shots in 16 minutes. 16 minutes. He played the most minutes in the second half of anybody and only took 3 shots in the second half. That just can't happen. Early in the game, I thought he was aggressive. First couple, and I even tweeted it out. I said, hey, this is a good sign for Boise State. Andrew Meadow is aggressive early, and then he just stopped shooting. And when you play 16 minutes and you're Andrew Meadow and you take in the second half and you take 3 shots, that just can't happen. So that's not good. And he finished for the game again minus 25. And so I think Andrew Meadow, I don't know how you do it. I don't know what is going on, but you got to get Andrew Meadow to be more aggressive. He can't take 7 shots when you're, and minus 25, not good either. So Dylan Andrews was minus 16. You had Drew Fielder and Javen Buchanan were minus 12 each, minus 9 for Keene, minus 7 for Parolin and Aarons, minus 2 for NATO, minus 5 for Carmichael. So Carmichael was 2 points, 1 of 6, but the Broncos were only outscored by 5 in the 24 minutes that he was on the court. But again, Pearson Carmichael, 1 for 6, goes 0 for 4 from 3. He's a better shooter than that. He's been a better shooter this season. I mean, people want to look at why is Boise State in the position they're in. Like, look at the shooting percentages of Pearson Carmichael and Javen Buchanan and some of these guys that you expected to take kind of big steps up. Shooting percentage-wise this year, they really haven't. And so it just really has been a struggle to from the shooting percentage numbers, particularly from 3-point range for Pearson Carmichael. And he's a better shooter than this. He's just been missing shots. Again, 0 for 4. It just happens. Sometimes guys just have rough years, don't make the improvement you thought they were going to be. I mean, Pearson Carmichael is a much better shooter than he's shown this season. And I know a lot of you are hoping that next year he's in another uniform, but I don't. I hope Pearson Carmichael is back at Boise State because I still believe, and maybe it's fool's gold, I don't know, but I still believe that the Pearson Carmichael we saw late last season is still in there, and I think there's another level for his game. He has not played good. 1 for 6 from the field tonight. Again, 0 for 4 from 3. But I think Peanut Carmichael is a much better player and is still going to have a very good college career. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot. But I do think that see, this is the comments I'm talking about. All right. Best third base coach in Idaho. I appreciate that. But I'm not even coaching this year. Both my kids are on teams with better coaches than me, and so I'm happy to sit this one out. I'm letting the coaches coach, but we are like 2 weeks from opening day. And when we get towards the end of basketball season, it's always a great time for me because we're going into kids' summer baseball season. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for that. So let's see. I can hope for players to come back or not because I think that I believe in that young man. I think he has a good college career ahead of him, and I think if it could be at Boise State, I really do. I think he's a better player than he's shown to this point. Andrew Meadow also, again, I think is a better player than he's shown for a good chunk of this season. Too many games he's disappeared. Too many games he's been a non-factor. But I think Andrew Meadow is a very solid player that if he came back, I think there's reason to believe that he could be better as well. But it's just hard to put a finger on it, guys. Why the season is what it is. It just has not gone good. And we're sitting where we are at this point with Boise State with a 15-11 record and not doing much and going anywhere at this point. I'm trying to see if the other game is over because I really don't want to make Tom Moser have to wait too long. I could go all night here, but looks like there's still 57 seconds left. Colorado State's up 6, so we got some time here to go a little bit longer. Tom Moser's coming up. I'm sure he'll be much more critical, so you guys can Quinn Hughes shout out. Yeah, what a goal for Team USA. They're in the semifinals of the Olympics, so that was a heck of a game there. But let's see. Did I get the shirt for ball game? Yes. I have the lei for ball game right here. And then I did receive a shirt, Hawaii Pacific Sharks from the Utah State student section. And I will be giving that to Johnny Ballgame for the rowpaint.com studios. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, folks. It's been hey, Kyle, there you go. One of the top radio personalities in the country, Kyle Matthews. Appreciate him for tuning in tonight on YouTube. So, yes, the boys from the STL, the Kachuk brothers. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. But again, I really don't know what to tell you guys. It was a rough game. It's been a rough season. I just it's the same discussion we have after a lot of these post-game shows. Let's fire Leon Rice. Let's blow it all up. This has been a horrible season, embarrassing season. Like, it's the same discussion we probably had 3 nights ago after the UNLV game. But tonight, Boise State, by the way, 8 of 21 on layups. 8 of 21 on layups. They only had 5 second chance points. 60 possession. They scored 24 points, 0.93 points per possession. Just not good enough. Had the lead for 7 minutes and 4 seconds, though, all in the first half. We can go there. Why does number 0 never play? You must be new to the chat here. His father passed away, and he is struggling through that and is going to apply for a hardship waiver to come back next season. They played him in a couple games. Mentally, he just wasn't there, wasn't ready. So Julian Bowie is dealing with much more personal issues that matter much more than a game of basketball. And so he is taking the rest of the season off and is hoping to come back next year. So, keep Julian Bowie and his family in your thoughts and prayers, because back in, I think it was August or September, late summer, he did lose his father, and that's a tough one, and that's why he's not able to get out there and play. And so hopefully he'll be able to get that waiver and come back next year. But yep, 8 for 21 on layups, as somebody was saying. What else we got here? Again, Drew Fielder, 2 for 2 from 3 again. That's 12 made threes in the last 3 games for Drew Fielder. Let's see what else. He's at least trying. 5 of 12 from the field, 8 rebounds. I mean, I want Drew Fielder back on this team next year. I would think all of you should as well. I mean, early in the season, he was getting the whole waste of money, bust, whatever. But Drew Fielder is a solid player. He's a very solid player. And I think that Boise State fans, you heard him talking. He's a stand-up guy, respectful guy, always, shakes your hand, says hello. I mean, I think Drew Fielder has proven he's worthy of being back on this roster next year. You're going to lose Javen Buchanan. You're going to lose Dylan Andrews. And then there's some guy, you lose Dom Perlin. But there's certainly some guys you have to have some discussions about. I know Carmichael and Meadow will be in the forefront there. I'd like to see him keep Spencer Aarons, but I'd like to see him play more. He did play 15 minutes tonight, was -7. But again, 15 minutes for one of your better offensive players, and he takes 3 shots. Spencer Aarons, 3 shots tonight. That's just not going to cut it. You saw the dunk there. I don't know. Utah State, a very good defensive team. But certainly Boise State offensively has just they had been on a really nice upward trajectory offensively, and then for whatever reason, just unable to get the offense going. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. And that's why you're not the athletic director, Debo. Like this, they're not going to lose concessions, apparel donations. They're still like the 3rd highest attended program in the Mountain West, behind San Diego State and New Mexico, I believe, in terms of attendance. So 3rd or 4th. I mean, they're still up there. So it's people say what they want to say, but a lot of times it's not rooted in fact. They're not losing concessions, apparel, money because, I mean, they're still getting I mean, yeah, when it's a sellout, is it a little better? Yes. But it's just, this school does not have $5 million to buy out their coach. End of story. And that's even if you think he should. But I would argue that there's other reasons that's just a silly argument. Let's see. Rocking with Rice. Aaron's has potential. Insane. Aaron's continues to ride the bench. Let's see what else we got in here. So I don't know. 75-56 the final. Like I said, at some point we're just kind of going in circles here. Wasn't good enough tonight. Hasn't been good enough all season. The Hawaii Pacific game kind of started it off, and it's kind of just gone downhill from there. But you look ahead, and Boise State has some winnable games left on the schedule. They've got 3 of the last 5 at home. The 2 road games in there are both winnable, Fresno State and Colorado State. Now, they are both losable as well. Fresno State's playing better. Colorado State looks like it's going to get a big win down at UNLV tonight. So, Ken Palm, again, you guys don't want to hear this probably, but Ken Palm still projects Boise State to go 4-1 to finish the season and to win their next 4 games. So you have San Jose State on Saturday. You have Wyoming next Tuesday. Those 2 should be 2 wins. That gets you to 17-11. You go to Fresno. San Diego State at home is certainly going to be tough, but I mean, they're not the same San Diego State team of the past. And then you finish up at Colorado State, and you heard Leon Rice say it, like they're getting ready for a conference tournament. And you heard Jared Calhoun say it yesterday. He said Boise State's the most dangerous team down the stretch in the conference because they play like they did the first 10 minutes. They got a chance to beat anybody. They play like they did the last 30 minutes. They're not going to have a chance to beat many teams in this league at all. So at this point, it wouldn't shock me if they lose the first round by 20, and it wouldn't really shock me if they go on a run and get to the championship game again. I mean, they're just so up and down. It's so hard to figure this team out. It really, really is. But you look, and they've got some winnable games left. What that means in terms of seeding for the conference tournament, we'll see. But obviously right now you're trying to position yourselves the best spot you can for the conference tournament. And I think that, that's all you can really do at this point. You try to finish the season strong. You try to get a couple of wins, and you see what you have there. Does the buyout go down next year? It's not a buyout. It's guaranteed salary. He is due whatever is left on his salary, and after the season, he is going to have 4 years and $5 million left on the deal. So if he gets through next season, it'll be $3 million and like $3.7 million or whatever it is left on the deal. So he's getting like $1.2 million or something like that, and it goes up a little bit every year. The 20 win clause, somebody was attacking me on Twitter for that. That's gone. He only had that 3. You can only get that 3 times, where when they win 20 games or 18 games, whatever it was, he got a year added to his contract. He could only do that 3 times. That is done. So the contract will not add another year if they win to get to 18 wins. But so he's going to only have 4 years left on the deal, but the salary goes up each year, and it's over $1 million right now. And then he gets the full amount of that if he were to be terminated. So that's where they're at. Yes, it would go down next year because he'd have 1 year less on the contract, but the money it's $5 million going to Leon Rice, whether he doesn't coach or whether he does coach. If I were coaching this team, what changes would I make to the starting lineup and player minutes? That is a good question. I'd have to give it some thought, but I certainly think Spencer Aarons, I'd like to see him get some more minutes here moving forward. I mean, frankly, I'd like to see Bun Boom, what he can do. I mean, he looks like an exciting player at some point. Why not give him some more minutes? But when it comes down to it, guys, like, should Javen Buchanan be playing? Yes, and he had 5 points. Should Pearson Carmichael be playing? Yes, and he had 2 points. Should Andrew Meadow be playing and getting a lot of minutes? Yes, he had 8 points. Like, at some point, the players have to score and the players have to do something here. So I don't know what massive changes you could make to the to the lineup at this point. Your players have to produce. And if you want to blame, the lack of scoring on Tim Duryea and the offense, I mean, I guess that's your right to do that. The offense still is ranked 68th in the country at Ken Palm. It's still in like the upper 20% in efficiency of all offenses in college basketball. They had been trending up. They had one of the best offenses in America the last month, and they missed shots tonight, guys. I don't know what else to say. 1 of 6 for Carmichael and 1 of 7 from Buchanan. So if that's, the guys have to make shots. And I'm not I'm not making that a defense for the coaching staff, but at some point the players have to step up and make shots. And Dylan Andrews did not make the shot against Hawaii Pacific. He did not make the shot against San Diego State. He did not make the shot the other night against Utah State. Now, he did make a huge three, or excuse me, UNLV. He did make a huge three in overtime against Nevada, I believe it was, or maybe it was the end of regulation in that one. So, I mean, sometimes guys have to make the shots. And if that is a coaching thing, then it's a coaching thing. But Spencer Aarons, I would give more than 15 minutes a game to. I think Spencer Aarons deserves to be playing more, mostly because I would like to see what he can do down the stretch. I think Fielder should be playing a lot. I thought Nato was a little overmatched tonight. I know some folks think I have something against AG Nato. I really don't. He's had some really strong moments this year. I think his potential and his future is very bright. But I think that the last month or so, we've seen a little bit of a decline in Nato's game. The moment tonight at times just seemed a little too big for him. That was the case in the road game at Grand Canyon earlier. So I don't know what to say. I think that, Nato tonight, I'm not saying you don't play him, but I mean, somebody said on Twitter, if Dylan Andrews doesn't play 38 minutes, they have no chance. And you're kind of at that point right now. And DA, should be probably playing a little more, and NATO probably a little less. But again, you also are trying to, get guys playing time, get guys going for next season. I thought tonight NATO played a little too much and was a little overmatched at times, but then he shows you these glimpses where you're like, okay, we're seeing it, but there's too many times where the offense is a little stale when NATO's out there, and thought he took a couple bad shots. So we'll see. He took a three with like 12 seconds on the shot clock from well behind the line. I didn't think that was great. Were we watching the same game? Utah State offense is light years at. I don't think I said they weren't. They weren't. They have a great offense and a great defense. Utah State as a team is light years ahead of Boise State. And if I said something different on the offense, then I apologize. Utah State's a top 25 team and playing like it. They're a very, very good team. Now, that doesn't excuse why I think Boise State didn't play great in some areas, but I think that Utah State in this building, I mean, kudos to UNLV for coming in here and winning earlier this year. This is a special place, man. It's super loud. They kind of reminds you of a high school game. A lot of the chants and things they do about starting the bus and all that kind of stuff is like high school chanting stuff. Utah State is the class of the Mountain West right now. They're the favorites. They are the favorites to win the regular season. And this is a team that, when they're clicking, I think they have a chance. I think that they got a chance to do something here moving forward in March. I'm very impressed with Utah State. Mason Falls my player of the year right now. I think he's played great, been great. And I think that, Utah State is the class of the Mountain West right now. Now, again, that doesn't excuse some of what we saw tonight from Boise State and what we've seen this season. But Utah State is clearly on another level than Utah State is right now. Utah State's on a different level than Boise State. There's no doubt about that right now. So tough game, tough season, and we'll see what happens Saturday. But Boise State, again, I know you don't want to hear it, but they are favored by KenPom to win their next 4 games. So the season is not over yet. There's 5 games left, and then we have a conference tournament to talk about, and we'll see how they finish up here, how they, what their matchup is in the conference tournament. But some you guys are asking about postseason. I don't think this team would want any part of postseason. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this team is ready to have, when the season's over, they'll be ready to have it be over with. So I don't think this team would be a team that would want to play in the NIT or the CBI or the Crown or one of those tournaments. I think when this season's over, whenever it is, that'll be the end of it, I think, for Boise State this year. So I don't expect them to want to play in one of those postseason tournaments. But I'm usually wrong, so maybe I'll be wrong again. But Colorado State gets the win, 91-86. Good for Colorado State. Big road win there at UNLV. Tom Moser is going to have all kinds of comments and discussions on that on his post-game show. Again, Lithia Ford of Boise. Appreciate LithiaFordBoise.com, our title sponsor. We appreciate them. Check out Lithia Ford of Boise. And, of course, Sun Cruiser, our studio sponsor. Sun Cruiser, pick up a Sun Cruiser and let the good times roll. Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof, repair, an estimate, or an inspection, check out Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. Matt Boucher, we got to give a Boucher Real Estate Player of the Game. We'll give it to Drew Fielder tonight. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 of 12 from the field. Hit both of his three-pointers as well. 14 points, again, 8 rebounds. Drew Fielder gets the Matt Boucher Real Estate Player of the Game. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, hit up Matt Boucher and Boucher Real Estate. Element Fencing, we need to pick a defensive player of the game. I don't know who that would be. 1 steal for Dylan Andrews, 1 block for Keene and for Buchanan. I don't really know, folks, to be honest. Let's see if there's a player on Utah State. Drake Allen had 2 steals. I thought he played pretty good. He was plus 22 tonight. Boise State's guards didn't do a whole lot, so we'll give Drake Allen from Utah State the Element Fencing defensive player of the game. ElementFencing.com, all your fencing needs, whether it's decks, pergolas, fences, cedar, wrought iron, vinyl, they can do it all. Check out Element Fencing, ElementFencing.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shop Ridley's.com. They got locations across the state of Idaho, surrounding states. Again, Ridley's Family Markets. Check them out, shop Ridley's.com. Rowpaint.com, 20% off those winter painting projects, whether it's interior, exterior painting. Check out rowpaint.com. And if you need a new job, how about transportation compliance service? Transcompservice.com. They can help you get into the trucking industry every step of the way. Transportation compliance service. Transportation Compliance Service, TCS, transcompservice.com. Coming up here in a matter of seconds, Tom Moser. I guarantee you he'll be a little more critical probably at Boise State if you want some more comments from someone that doesn't have any kind of affiliation with any of the teams. He's not a fan of any of the teams, not a media member for any of the teams, covers the Mountain West as good as anybody. Tom Moser coming up here shortly with another night in the Mountain West, hosted by Tom Moser coming up here in a matter of moments. Again, our title sponsor of the postgame show is Jacksons. 99 cents gets you a coffee or hot chocolate at Jacksons using your Let's Go Rewards app. Jacksons. Visit a Treasure Valley Jacksons location today. TacoBellWorks.com, the SO Management Group, the Nicolason family, that breakfast quesadilla, the crunchy chicken strips. Taco Bell. Hit up a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. The Blue and Orange Store, if you need that Boise State gear, whether it's jerseys, caps, bumper stickers, car flags, they got you covered. The Blue and Orange Store. Order anywhere in the world online at theblueandorangestore.com. Nice win for the Boise State women's basketball team tonight. And Natalie Pasco has a deal with ICCU. ICCU.com. Check them out. Idaho Central Credit Union. ICCU.com. And there's a branch pretty much on every corner, with the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union, they donate $25 for every made field goal or free throw for home games for Boise State. So check out Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. All right, final score again, 75-56. My closing thoughts here as Tom Moser is waiting patiently to get his show going. Another frustrating night for Boise State. Got off to a nice start, led 21-14, unable to get it going. Too many offensive droughts. 2 points in the final 8:34 of the half. That's unacceptable. That can't happen. 2 points. I think they missed like 10 shots in a row at 1 point, some turnovers. Just couldn't get anything going offensively. And the offense had been doing better, but tonight it looked like the offense we saw at times earlier this season, just not good enough. A season low 56 points. And Boise State falls 75-56. They've now lost, I believe, by 44 points in 2 games to Utah State this season, and the Broncos will try to get things going again. They will be at home for the next 2 games. San Jose State coming off a big win against Nevada. That'll be an interesting game coming up, 2 o'clock on Saturday. So appreciate you guys. Thanks to Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor. Of course, we're in the Sun Cruiser Studios and the Jacksons Postgame Show. Again, the final score 75-56, and appreciate that. A lot of snow driving down here. Wasn't the greatest drive, but we're going to stay the night and then head back tomorrow. And looking forward to getting back to Boise tomorrow for a couple of games this weekend. But, again, you had Bob and Abe on the radio, and you know, some of you want to complain, but there's nowhere else you're going to watch post-game interviews with Coach Rice and a player than Bronco Nation News and get post-game coverage like this. So a tough one. I get it. I understand where you guys are coming from. Rough game, rough season. And we'll have plenty of time to discuss kind of big picture where this program's going, where this team is headed here after the game. But that'll do it from the Sun Cruiser Studios, our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise. Again, the Jacksons Postgame Show. Appreciate you guys, even you, Paulie Pepperoni. Appreciate you as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. and sorry that wasn't much positive to talk about tonight. Tough loss for Boise State, 75-56. And Tom Moser coming up here in a matter of seconds on another night in the Mountain West. He'll have thoughts on this game and on the Colorado State win over UNLV. So appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Jeremiah Dickey, the athletic director at Boise State, is going to join us 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be doing that show from my hotel here in Logan. But 9 a.m. tomorrow, the athletic director at Boise State, Jeremiah Dickey. So we'll get a few hours of sleep. We'll discuss this one tomorrow some more. And we'll have the athletic director with us at 9:30 tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening, folks. Again, from the Spectrum here in Logan, 75-56 for the Jacksons Postgame Show. My name is BJ Rains, and this is Bronco Nation News and BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Boise State football wide receiver Ben Ford. I've had to face some setbacks on the field this past season, but toughness isn't about staying down. It's about getting back up. I am proud to represent Lithia Ford of Boise, where you can find the largest selection of Ford trucks that are built tough and, like me, handle the hits and keep pushing forward. Come check out the incredible inventory and competitive pricing at Lithia Ford of Boise. And when you buy here, you're not just getting a truck, you're supporting Boise State athletics and Lithia Ford NIL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.